Well, I think the latest high-grade hits reveal that, you know, there's still so much yet to be discovered at Stinger and across the wider Gifford Creek. These last three drill holes have given us some of the highest grade intercepts we've seen to date on some critical metals like titanium, niobium, scandium. And that's, with 75% of the Gifford Creek carbonatite complex yet to be tested in the first place. And with every hole we drill at Stinger giving us something new and interesting, I think the Gifford Creek has a lot to deliver over time with more drilling. And I think it's quite exciting to see what's going to come out of Stinger with each drill hole. When we first started exploring and discovering the Gifford Creek carbonatite complex, and Stinger in particular, we were exploring for rare earths and discovered the niobium there at Stinger was the initial thing that caught our eye. And then while drilling for the niobium deep, we hit the rare earths and the fresh carbonatite, and now we're chasing that. And, as we step back, we're seeing the titanium and the scandium in there as well. So how important is that mix? The fact that the mix occurs, you have some wonderful deposits out there that we're sort of taking a step back and looking at. Instead of trying to view this purely as a rare earth play or a niobium play, is there the opportunity to actually look at what critical metals could Gifford Creek and Stinger in particular produce for us? So as an analog, you have Elk Creek in the United States, and they have a fairly simple flow sheet that produces rare earths, titanium metal, scandium, and niobium. And by looking at the MET test work that we are about to embark on for next year, we're going to see how feasible that is. Can we look at, breaking the mold for what this region is, which is only produce a moncon and that moncon goes somewhere? Is there another process that we can look at that would actually recover others of these critical metals within the same deposit, which would be quite a game changer for the region and for Yin and of course, Gifford Creek in particular. So I think how important is that mix? There's some fantastic grades in there. The mineralogy is looking promising and encouraging that we have the right mineralogy. So the MET test work we have next year will really be the answer to how important that mix is. Can we produce multiple products from a single pit, from a single operation that has the chance to really change the whole dialogue for how this region gets developed? So all the diamond drilling we're doing, first and foremost, it's producing material for metallurgical test work so that we can see what products we can produce from this carbonatite. Secondly, it is trying to better understand what that rare earth enriched carbonatite is doing at Stinger, where it's going, where it's daylighting, and therefore where that high-grade supergene rare earth enrichment might be. Hopefully that current hole tags that unit. We actually have a researcher at ANU who is working on the fresh rare earth carbonatite with us over summer, and hopefully give us a better understanding of what it is, the importance of it, and where it's going and what it's doing. Long-term potential for Gifford Creek, one of the largest carbonatite complexes globally. There's a lot of potential for further discovery across the critical metals, high-grade rare earths, niobium, titanium, scandium, phos. There's a lot of potential there. And the fact that we've identified Stinger and C3 from early wide-space drilling, that's only covered 25% of the carbonatite, and that every hole that we drill into Stinger continues to give us something a little bit juicier than what we see before, really underscores that there's still a lot to come from Gifford Creek. One of the research projects we're working on at the moment with Waleed at CSIRO, studying that regolith. We had started out doing the testing of the carbonatite with sort of a pattern drilling, RC drilling approach. And as the carbonatite's grown in size, that's probably less viable as a proposition to go after the carbonatite because of cost would be very expensive to do that. And so we're looking at the interface and the regolith, and we believe that we'll be able to get away with potentially something like auger, getting down to some interface sampling, which would allow us to very much more rapidly and efficiently assess the rest of that carbonatite. And that could be something that we see pop out of Waleed's work and be implemented next year. So there's a lot of potential there, and we're looking at ways to more effectively and efficiently test the remaining parts of that carbonatite so we can come back through and make better discoveries.